So I made some new window screens for the van. I wanted to be able to install them from the inside rather than the outside because I wanted to be able to put my rain guards up. And the screen is glued to a piece of 1/4-inch plywood, and that is Sikaflex on screen. There is expanding foam. I also put a little bit of expanding foam on the plastic part of the window. The window screen itself is held in by the stock screen. This little thing has a bar, and that little bar holds the bottom wedged in, and the top is wedged in with these little hooks. And to get the curve in the doors, I mounted a little piece of wood on the back and put some spacers under it to create some curve. So it's best to start off with a piece of cardboard, and you want to cut it out bigger than the opening of your window. You want it to overlap the rubber gasket. So once you've cut out the little notches on the top, take your cutout board and fit it into the window and do some trimming and make sure it fits really well. You want to make sure that it's a really snug fit on the bottom because that little metal bar that holds this in is very small. So you want to make sure it's a really tight fit. In order for me to fit the bottom, I have to actually pull the screen out so the bar is out of the way. I then slide my board in place and then let the screen come back to close it in. Then once you're happy with the fit, you can then cut out the opening for the screen. And the space is kind of up to you as to how much screen space and how much wood space, but you want to leave enough wood that it's strong enough to hold in place. Then next is cutting these reinforcing strips, and they're also used to create the curve. By gluing a small piece of wood in there, it creates a bend if you clamp it down, as you can see what I've done. And I used a 1/2-inch piece of plywood, and you can use whatever size helps to create as much curve as you need. That piece is not actually glued in, it's just the ends of the strips that are glued down, and then you can kind of change out spacers depending on what size you need. Then next you're ready to glue down the screens, and I used Sikaflex construction adhesive. So I've stapled the screen in 3 spots across the top. Now I put the construction adhesive on. So when you're spreading this adhesive, you want to make sure that you don't go into the screen opening itself. You want to be careful not to overshoot the plywood. Putty knife, spread it around. Just press it into the screen. So after the Sikaflex is sat for about 24 hours, I then cut the screen off. It takes about a week to dry. Then it's cheap flat black spray paint. Then after that, I put the 1/2-inch by 1/2-inch expanding foam up to the edge on the outside. I also put a strip on the plastic thing at the bottom of the window. And this is the screen in place and the foam that's also on that piece of plastic that are mating together. And there's the screen in the window with the rain guard. And as always, thanks for watching my videos, and check out my other ones.